So when you're trying to find your OneNote, the best way to do it is in your general section of your Teams, is this thing that's the class notebook here. So the class notebook, it's like they've tried to formalize the name, but it's your OneNote notebook. OneNote is the software name for what we're looking at. So once you open this up, as with everything in Teams and these, it opens up inside the Teams app and the Teams software, which means it is there and it does work, but is not the best. So we'll have a look at it in here, and everything is here. So what you've got is you've got a welcome to your notebook, which tells you what each part is if you forget it. You can delete this if you get fed up looking at it, but it is there. So your student notebook is your private space where you can put in your work, and I can see it, but nobody else can. The content library is a read-only space where I can share work with you, so I can put like, you know, some articles up or some like worksheets up, and you can read them, but you then can't edit them, so like they're there safe for everyone. The collaboration space is a space where, like, if we wanted you to work in a project together, so if we wanted to copy you to work in a thing, you can go in and you can like share and create a bit of work together. So that is all on the front page, and it kind of tells you everything about it. So that's your collaboration space. You all can edit it, you all can add things, and you can all delete things. So that's all in there that you can work together. The content library is restricted. So I can put things in there, but you can't edit them. So you can only go in and view them. So you can go in and see the different things. And normally what I'll do is anything I'll share with you, like so this one, will be there, and you can even copy and paste it. So like, so if you thought that was really good, you just right click it, copy the section, and then go into your notepad. So somebody just, I'll maybe do the what's involved one because I don't have that one. So you can copy that one. I'll go into my notepad, and nobody else in the class can see this. So as you can see with Bart, that he's the only person in there. So you go into the section you want to copy it, and then just paste. And that will paste the page that's there and anything that was inside it. So if anything I put in the content library, you think that's good, I want to keep it, but I would want to edit it, you can copy and paste that. So you can do this all inside the Teams software. It will tend to update first, but as I said, I don't tend to, it's really limited because it's quite a small screen, you've got all this other stuff around it. So what I would always do is actually open it in the app. So if you're using a laptop, you have the app. If you're using a Microsoft laptop, you have the app built in. If you're using an Apple product, you should be able to download it one fairly straightforward. It offers you a lot more in terms of like usage. So you'll see that it's still there. So you've got everything. If other classes start using it, you can then change your notebook up here. So normally mine is just full of like all my other classes and my personal notebooks, because you can have like a personal one too to keep track of stuff. And oh wait, I've done that, so I don't need to do that anymore. So where we then want to use, so that's the different sections of it. The sections are like the main parts. You can't really add anything to this because it's that would be like the whole class's notebook, but you can add as many pages as you want. In fact, no, you can. I'm just going to check that. Add section. Yeah, so if you wanted to add a new section for your notes, you could add one in there. But I'll just get rid of that just now. Yes, I do. So if you were then looking for something, so I've maybe shared this with you just now, that this is what I'm talking about, that this is just like a geography self-assessment checklist. That is what we've done so far. Let's make it a bit bigger and get rid of that. So this is just like a PDF. So this is just a normal printout. So this is effectively like in class, if I gave you this, this is exactly what this is, except it's a digital version. What you then do is go up to this draw tool up here, select whichever pen you want. Let's go for a nice rainbow one. and then you would go, make sure you've selected it, select it, and then you go down and then you just highlight in. So what you do with this one, the instructions are on here, so they're quite specific. You can change the color, you can change the size, though. So if I was going to say climate change, the physical causes of global climate change, oh, I'm great at that, so you just highlight in that box green. And then the next one, oh, I'm not so good at the local and global effects, so I might call it an orange. And effectively what this allows us to do is it means we can actually give you worksheets, we can give you like fill in the blank worksheets, we can give you like color in, match up, pair worksheets, and then you're still able to use that function. And we can see what the work you've done and we can come in and check it. The other big thing I want to do with that we will be using this for, and we are using it so people don't have a choice, is to store it and share your work. So we can set homework through this, but obviously a lot of you like to write out your responses, and then when you upload them, it maybe isn't the best way. You're having some problems maybe uploading the files. So let's just, we've got it on the title page here. So if I had been taking all my notes in climate change, and I maybe wanted to check some stuff, so climate change notes, and I've been doing really well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a photo of some of the work I've been doing. So for this, I then go up to Insert and Pictures. So you can either, if you've already got the pictures taken, you can upload them from a file. If you don't, you can do it straight from your camera. Which side of the camera is this going to work on? You might get a shot of my face here. Ah, no, you've got a computer. So here's some work I've been doing with S3s. I've been tracking my weather station circles every day. And all I do is click the camera button, takes a picture, and then all I do is press Insert All, and the photo then goes into my OneNote document, where I can then go back to the draw tool. I can edit it, and even Dr. yourself could do this and give you some marks, or you can then annotate yourself, but you also then are storing this information so you've always got it if you need it. So this would be great for like taking notes, tracking your work, sharing work that you've got, letting us to check, look, I'm stuck in this bit, can you help out? So then we can have a look and see what you're doing. And realistically, that's it for just now. I mean, you can also use this to take notes. And why we're kind of trying to do this before you get into the next section is that you can still use the keyboard to so you're going to be doing toast topic next, so you can still type in and take notes if you're using this on a laptop. You can like do diagrams at the side of your notes and link them in. And this is a limitless page, so this page will never end, providing how long you want to keep writing in it for. You can also, in all of these things, you can insert as well. So this is how they access the main tools. So just to recap that again, in Teams, under General, it's under Class Notebook. This will open up inside the Teams app, but if you want better use, go into the browser and open in the app. Then once in the app, it will bring you to this page where you've got your notebook, your different spaces you can use, and inside these, so like the whole course information, you will find it at different pages where we can insert and share worksheets with you. You can edit them and give them back, and you can also do work that we can then check. Just as a complete aside, seeing as you're here and we're doing OneNote, you can also do maths equations in this. This is obviously not geography, but if I did, oh, that pen's huge. So 2 times 10 equals, I can then use OneNote to highlight that press the math tool, and then it will solve the problem for me. So it's a bit like a built-in calculator. That's obviously a very easy one. You can actually then do really difficult ones. You can also ask it to show you the solution steps. So don't tell Maths I told you that OneNote can do this, that will do all the work for you. But you do then have to use it properly.